Have you ever gazed at the Great Pyramids and wondered, how did they do it? The sheer scale, the precision, it's mind-boggling. But what if we flipped that question on its head? What if ancient Egypt, at the height of its power, suddenly had access to our technology? Imagine Pharaoh Khufu, instead of relying on brute strength and ingenious ramps, logging into a project management app on a golden iPad. Let's dive into this incredible alternate history and explore how modern tech could have transformed the land of the pharaohs. First things first, let's talk about the pyramids. The original construction took around 27 years, employing tens of thousands of skilled workers. Now, picture this. Instead of dragging 2.5-ton limestone blocks across the desert, they have heavy-lift drones and electric cranes. A team of engineers, using advanced CAD software, designs a pyramid that's not only taller but also far more intricate. The internal chambers could be perfectly climate-controlled, preserving papyrus scrolls and artifacts for millennia without decay. The construction timeline, slashed from decades to maybe just a few years. The Great Pyramid 2.0 would be a gleaming, perfectly aligned monument, perhaps even coated in a self-cleaning, solar panel-infused material that glows under the moonlight. The precision wouldn't be just impressive, it would be flawless, down to the last micron. But the impact wouldn't stop at construction. Think about daily life along the Nile. Agriculture was the backbone of ancient Egypt, entirely dependent on the river's annual flood. With modern agritech, they'd have a different story. Drones equipped with multispectral sensors would fly over the fields, analyzing crop health and soil moisture in real time. Instead of relying on the unpredictable inundation, a massive, solar-powered irrigation system with smart sprinklers would deliver the perfect amount of water to every plant. Genetically modified crops, designed to thrive in the arid climate and resist pests, would lead to massive food surpluses. Famine would become a relic of the past, allowing the population to grow and the civilization to prosper like never before. The Nile would still be the heart of Egypt, but its pulse would be regulated by science. Now, let's turn to medicine. Ancient Egyptian doctors were skilled for their time, but they were working with limited knowledge. Imagine Imhotep, the legendary physician and architect, having access to an MRI machine or a DNA sequencer. He could diagnose illnesses with incredible accuracy, understanding the root causes of diseases rather than just treating symptoms. Surgery would be transformed with laser scalpels and robotic-assisted procedures, making complex operations safer and more effective. Antibiotics would wipe out infections that were once a death sentence. Life expectancy would skyrocket. Mummification, an art form meant to preserve the body for the afterlife, might become obsolete. Why preserve the body when you could use advanced medicine to preserve life itself? Or perhaps they'd perfect cryogenics, freezing the pharaohs not in sarcophagi, but in high-tech pods, awaiting a future revival. Communication and governance would also be revolutionized. Forget messengers running for days or weeks. Pharaoh's decrees would be broadcast instantly across the kingdom via a secure, hieroglyph-based internet. Scribes would trade their reed pens for tablets, creating a vast digital library of Alexandria, accessible to citizens in major cities like Thebes and Memphis. This digital library wouldn't be vulnerable to a single fire. It would be backed up on decentralized cloud servers, powered by geothermal energy from deep beneath the desert. The government could manage its vast empire with unparalleled efficiency. Tax collection, census data, and resource allocation would all be handled by sophisticated algorithms, ensuring fairness and stability. The pharaoh would be one of the most informed rulers in history, able to respond to a border threat or a local crisis in minutes, not months. What about the military? The Egyptian army was a formidable force, but with modern technology they would be unstoppable in their era. Chariots would be replaced by all-terrain armored vehicles, silent and electric. Archers would be armed with advanced composite bows or even early forms of guided projectiles. Surveillance drones would give them a complete view of the battlefield. turning surprise attacks into a thing of the past. Their navy would patrol the Mediterranean and the Red Sea in solar-powered patrol boats equipped with sonar and long-range communication. Egypt wouldn't just be a regional power. It would be the world's first global superpower, its influence stretching far beyond its historical borders. But would this technological leap be entirely positive? With great power comes great complexity. A hyper-efficient state could become a hyper-surveillance state. The pharaoh's ability to monitor everything could lead to a loss of personal freedom. Social stratification might become even more rigid, with a tech-savvy elite ruling over a populace that is simply managed by the system. And what about their unique culture and religion? How would the beliefs about gods like Ra, Osiris, and Isis hold up in the face of scientific explanations for the sun, life, death, and the stars? Would their rich mythology fade away, replaced by a cold, hard logic? Or would they find a way to integrate their beliefs with this new knowledge, seeing technology as a divine gift from the gods? Perhaps the pyramids would become giant communication arrays, designed to talk to the gods in the heavens. So, a technologically advanced ancient Egypt would be a place of breathtaking wonders and profound challenges. They could have built a sustainable, prosperous civilization that would make our modern world look primitive in some ways. They could have solved hunger, cured diseases, and created monuments that truly touch the sky. But they would also face dilemmas about power, control, and the very meaning of their existence. It's a fascinating thought experiment that shows us how technology is just a tool. The real question isn't what they would build, but what kind of society they would choose to become. What do you think would have been the biggest change? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much for journeying back in time with me today. If you enjoyed this trip through an alternate history, don't forget to hit that like button. And subscribe for more explorations into the what-ifs of our world. We'll see you in the next one.